Knowledge is wealth that can't be stolen. Dear children, good evening all of you. My name is Padmalata, Physical Science. I am from AP Balayogi Gurukulam, Nuziveedu. Welcome back to our class that is force. In previous class, we discussed what is force and pulling force, pushing force, contact force and non-contact force. And also we discussed about non-contact force with an examples, right? Today in this class we are going to learn about contact force and its examples. They are muscular force, frictional force, normal force and finally tension. Next we have to discuss about net force, free body diagram and pressure. Coming to the contact force, we have already discussed about contact force. What is contact force? Contact force is a force which occurs when the interacting objects are physically contact. This force is called contact force. Let us discuss the types of contact force. Contact force, there are 4 types: muscular force, frictional force, normal force and tension. Let us discuss about muscular force. In our day-to-day life, we are performing many activities, right? Like brushing, bathing, eating, writing, driving, walking. Where does the force comes from? Observe the picture. Here the woman is climbing the steps. Here she is using the force. She applied the force on the steps. Where does the force comes from? The force comes from the legs of the woman, right? In this, the force is coming from muscles of the leg. Muscles of the leg. Here observe the picture. The animals are pulling the cart towards forward direction. Here the animals are using their muscular force and applying the force on the cart. Where does the force comes from? The force is coming from muscles of the animals. In this case, the force is coming from legs of the woman. So, let us define what is muscular force. Muscular force, the force which exerted by a body muscles is called muscular force. The force which exerted by a body muscles is called muscular force. Let us see some more examples for muscular force. Here in your textbook there is an activity 5. You have to think and write some examples of muscular force. We discussed about some examples like brushing, bathing, eating. These are contact force and we are using muscles to do that work, right? So, think and write some examples of muscular force. Exercise is a muscular force or not? And breathing is a muscular force. So, write, think and write. Next, coming to the activity 6. Here the man is lifting the dumbbell around his. Here the man is using the muscular force. He is applying the force. He is using his muscular force. What is muscles? Muscles is nothing but there is some group of muscle cells held together is called muscular force. When doing an activity, here one group of muscles are tightened and other group of muscles are relaxed. Observe the another picture. Here when we are breathing, when we taking breath, our lungs also contract and expand because the lungs of the muscles applying the force. That's why this will contract and expand. And see the third picture. In this picture, a man is smiling. Do you know the smile is also example for muscular force? When we smile, our facial muscles exert a force. This force can bring the change in our face. This force can bring the change in our face. So smile is also example for muscular force. This muscular force can be exerted by human beings and animals. So let us define muscular force. Muscular force is nothing but the force which exerted by body muscles is called muscular force. The force which exerted by body muscles is called muscular force. And there is another force that is an example for a muscular force. To understand that force, let us do an activity. Take a ball and roll the ball on different surfaces like rough roads, carpet road, smooth floor. Think on which surface the ball move longer. Observe that this figure. Here the motion of the ball is different in different surfaces. In the first case, that is on road surface, rough road surface, the ball moved up to 5 meters. On carpet surface, the ball moved up to 7 meters. On smooth surface, the ball moved up to 12 meters. So, by observing these figures or by doing this activity, we came to know that the rolling ball moves longer on a smooth surface. So, the motion of the object, it depends upon the surface. The motion of the object depends on the surface. Let us do another activity. Take a tray, place a small ice cube, eraser and a rupee coin on a line at the end of the tray. See the picture? Here, now slowly lift the end of the tray as shown in figure. What do you observe? Which object will move fast? Here the ice cube moves very fast than compared to coin and eraser. Why? Because the surface of the ice cube is very smooth compared to the coin and eraser. So from this activity we came to know that the motion of the object depends upon the surface of the object. Depends upon the surface of the object. Let you think, how can we able to walk on road? And if your room it is made up of tiles which are wet and you want to walk on wet surface, then what will happen? We may fall down. Why? Because and sometimes we can walk on road happily without slipping, right? To all these questions I introduce one word, that is friction. Friction is also example for contact force. Let us discuss what is friction. Here there is a car moving on the road. So the car is applying the force by the engine in this direction. The engine is applying the force in this direction, forward direction. I denoted with capital F. Because of this applied force, the car is moving in the forward direction. But there is another force which existed between the tires of the car and surface of the road. It always opposes the motion of the object or applied force. That force is called frictional force. The frictional force will exist between the tires of the car and surface of the road. It always opposite direction of the applied force. This force is called frictional force. Here see the pictures. The frictional force can opposes the motion of the object, and the frictional force can support the motion of the object. Let us discuss. In the first case, take a ball and roll on the ground. After some times, what will happen? The ball will stop or rest in place. Why? Because here there is a applied force. When the ball is moving, there is another force is acting on it between the ball and surface of the road, that is frictional force. This always act opposite to the applied force. So this frictional force is always try to stop the moving of the object, because it is an opposite direction for the applied force. This force is always stop the motion of the object. In the first case, the friction is opposes the motion of the object. Coming to the second case. Here, how can we walk on the road? Here we are pushing the road and walking on the road. Pushing the road in this direction. If there is no counter force, what will happen? We will fall down. But it doesn't take place. Why? Because there is another force which acting opposite to the applied force. Here we are moving in this direction. We are applying force in this direction by digging ground or by pushing ground. But if there is no force, we will fall on. But it doesn't take place. Why? Because there is a force that always balance the applied force. That force is called frictional force. It always acts opposite to the applied force. So here the frictional force is balancing the applied force. That's why we are walking on the road without slipping. In this second case, the friction is supporting the motion. In the first case, the friction is stopping the motion. So friction will support the motion and also opposes the motion. Let us define what is frictional force. Friction is the resistance to the movement of a body over the surface of another body. Friction is the resistance to the movement of a body over the surface of another body. This is called frictional force. Coming to the normal force, here there is a boy on the surface of earth. We know that every object has a weight. This weight is always pulled towards the earth. So this This force is called gravitational force. This always pull the towards earth. Gravitational force always pull the object toward the earth. Here, if there is no counter force, what will happen? The boy should go into the earth. But it doesn't take place. Why? Because there is another force which is balancing the gravitational force. This force is always at the point of contact. At this point of contact, the force will perpendicular direction. This force is always in upward direction. It always opposes the gravitational force. It balances the gravitational force. That force is called normal force. Normal force is nothing but normal force is in upward direction. It is act only on the point of contact. At this point of contact, this is normal to the point of contact. That means it is perpendicular direction at the point of contact. This normal force is always suppose the or balancing the gravitational force. Here the two forces are opposite and equal, so that the man is in rest. If there is no normal force, due to gravitational force, the man should go into the earth. But here the normal force is supporting the gravitational force. Because of these forces equal and opposite direction, due to the man is stable. Let us see another example. Here a book is on the table. If there is no table, what will happen? The book will fall on the earth. So here the table is supporting the book. Here there are two forces acting on the book. First force, we know that what is that? Gravitational force. Gravitational force always act on the body. It pulls the object towards the earth. Gravitational force. And if the another force is acting at the point of contact, and it is always in upward direction, it is perpendicular to the point of contact. This force is called normal force. This normal force always balances the gravitational force. Because these two forces are equal and opposite direction, so that the book is stable or in rest position. Otherwise it will fall on the earth. Calculating the net force. Net force means how many forces acting on the body is called net force. Net means total. So calculate the total force acting on the body. F net is equal to, here the normal force minus gravitational force. N minus gravitational force. Both these are equal forces and opposite directions, so that we are mentioning minus symbol. So we have to difference the two forces. So when we differ the two forces, normal force and gravitational force, we get 0. When the F net is 0, the book is stable. This is also example for normal force. Coming to the force tension, this tension is also example for contact force. Children, see the picture. What are they doing? They are pulling the thread, right? This is a game. Did you play this game? Here there are two groups of people. They are pulling the rope in different direction, and there is a reference line. This is a reference line. Which groups move the other group to cross the reference line, that group will win. You know that. So here the girls group are applying a force F in left side direction, and this group, the right side group, the boys group applying the force F in right side direction. If these two forces are equal in opposite direction, what will happen? Calculate F net. F net is nothing but two forces, differences of two forces, because these two forces are in opposite direction. So F minus F is equal 0. When the F net is 0, they are stable at their places, they don't move or they don't cross the reference line. If for example they apply the force more on the thread, more and more force on the thread, what will happen? The thread will be break. See, here the girls are applying the force F1. At the same time, there is a force which exists in the thread. This force is always opposes the applied force, and it acts in the opposite direction of the applied force. Okay, so this force is denoted with T, capital T. Here also the boys are applying a force on the thread F2 in right side direction. At the rope there is a force inside the rope. That force is always opposes the applied force in opposite direction. That force is nothing but tension. It is denoted by T. So both right side and left side there is a applied force, and there is a opposite force that is within the rope. That force is called tension force. If they move the or if they pull the rope with more energy or more force, for example they are applying the force, what will happen? If the applied force is greater than tension force, then the thread will break. If our applied force is greater than the tension force is nothing but the force within the thread is called tension force. If the applied force is greater than the tension force, then the thread will break. Let us define what is tension. Tension is nothing but the tightness of rope or thread is called tension. The tightness of rope or thread is called tension. Here let us see an activity. In this picture there is a stone suspended with the help of a thread. Here we know that every object has a weight. This weight is always acting towards the earth. This force is also called gravitational force. Due to gravitational force, due to weight of this object, the object will fall on the earth, but it doesn't take place. Why? Because there is another force which is balancing the gravitational force, that is called tension. Tension is within the thread. This force is always within the thread. It supports the thread and it opposite direction of the applied force. Here the gravitational force is opposing or balancing the tension force. That's why here the stone does not fall on the earth, because these two forces are equal in opposite direction. So F net is equal to 0. When F net is 0, the object is stable. Here the gravitational force is supported by the tension force. The tension force is always within the thread and applying in opposite direction of the gravitational force or applied force. Here the tensional force is balancing the gravitational force. That's why the stone or the object is doesn't fall on the earth. This is an also example for tensional force. Till now we have discussed about contact force. What is contact force? What are the examples of contact force? What we learn? We learn that muscular force, normal force, frictional force and tension force. Okay. In other class we have to discuss about net force. Children, in this class we have learnt about muscular force, frictional force, normal force and tension force. I am giving a assessment too. We have to give 2 examples for muscular force and 2 examples for frictional force, 2 examples for normal force and 2 examples for tension force. Children, think and write in your book. Thank you all.